is for educational purposes only. The content is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases, nor is it intended to take the place of your primary care physician. The statements in this program have not been evaluated by the FDA. Testimonials are shared as individual experiences of the individual. Results vary and may not be typical. We do not make any claims regarding health or income. As an empowered individual, you do have options available. We are honored to continue to share the teachings of a founding father of the science of epigenetics, Dr. Joel Wallach, Bachelor of Science in Plant and Soil Sciences, Doctor of Veterinary Medicine, 4 postdoctorates in pathology, naturopathic doctor. This program is for educational purposes only. The content is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases, nor is it intended to take the place of your primary care physician. The statements in this program have not been evaluated by the FDA. Testimonials are shared as individual experiences of the individual. Results vary and may not be typical. We do not make any claims regarding health or income. As an empowered individual, you do have options available. We are honored to continue to share the teachings of a founding father of the science of epigenetics, Dr. Joel Wallach, Bachelor of Science in Plant and Soil Sciences, Doctor of Veterinary Medicine, 4 postdoctorates in pathology, naturopathic doctor. Hello, everybody. Let's go ahead and open up that waiting room as yes, we are live here Wednesday, Thursday, Friday from 12 to 1 p.m. Pacific, 1 to 2 Mountain, 2 to 3 Central, 3 to 4 Eastern. And if you're in a time zone other than those time zones, please ask your favorite browser at 12 o'clock p.m. Pacific time, what time is it in my time zone? And you will get your answer. Well, today is a powerful day here on Daily with Doc. Not just powerful, but empowering. So, folks, if you were invited to this program by somebody specific, make sure that you get back with them and let them know as you are listening and taking notes what it is that caught your attention first, and then what made the most impact in the message that you hear today. So get back with that person. They are your number one contact, as this is a resource for an amazing community. And if you found this program all on your own and you would like to speak with a certified holistic health coach, and you're not already working with somebody that is connected to the Daily with Doc or Dr. Wallach or Paul Kroto or Elevate Your Life, then feel free to give us a call at 855-949-3377. As this program is being sponsored by dailywithdoc.com, you can find articles and replays and good foods, bad foods list and more on our website. So make sure that you also sign up for our email list so you don't miss a thing. Now, like I said, today is going to be an empowering day, folks, here on Daily with Doc, as we are going to be diving into a topic that impacts so many people. We're going to be talking about elevating your health and eating for true sustainable weight loss. Now, if you could change one thing about your health right now, what would it be? Would it be your energy, your weight, your confidence? Well, here's the truth. Weight is not just about the calories. And today we are bringing someone who is incredibly passionate about helping people move beyond guessing and into real measurable results. So please help me welcome our special guest, Paul Kroto, founder of the Institute of Wholistic Health, who holds a master's degree in nutrition, is a leader in developing health coaches who are changing lives each and every day. And he also is certified through the John Maxwell program of leadership and the Tony Robbins. So he has taken this thing about leadership totally serious and is dedicated to work with helping individuals like you and I not only improve our own health, but step into that purpose, helping others to do the same and improving the system of educate, evaluate, and equipped. So today we're going to be breaking it all down with Paul Kroto. So Paul, thank you so much for coming on Daily with Doc with us. I greatly appreciate you, and I look forward to hearing your message, as this is something that you've just put together into a book.
Yes. This has been an ongoing process for all of us here at the Institute of Wholistic Health. We actually, let me go back to the very, very beginning, because I want to acknowledge Dr. Wallach, because we're on Daily with Doc show back in 1994. I received this audio cassette in the mail. Some of you may not even know what an audio cassette looks like, but this is what I got in the mail, this very audio cassette here, called Dead Doctors Don't Lie. And I was getting my master's degree in nutrition back then, and everything I heard in that recording just really struck a chord in me. And I knew that this is what I was going to spend the rest of my life teaching and helping people with, is their health. Really, it all starts with health. And if there's a saying out there that a person who is healthy has 1,000 dreams, and a person who's not healthy has one dream. And that, of course, is to be healthy. So our health is king. It's super, super important to be healthy. And there's so many different health problems out there now that we help people with. Doc is taught us all how to really address every single different health problem out there and find the root cause to what is happening inside a person's body. You see a person that has 5, 10, 15, 20 different health problems. I got this hurts, that hurts, I got headaches, I got this. And really what it stems from is just a couple core things their body is missing that can fix all those things. Not only fix those things, but also prevent bad things from happening in the future. So I love his approach to things, finding that root cause and fixing that. And so I've been studying this back since, I got my master's degree in 94. And ever since then, been helping people one-on-one really change their health. So we started this movement called Elevate Your Life. As you mentioned, Becca, Cheryl and I run this company. And we kind of just kind of spun things off from there, where we eventually created this thing called the Institute of Wholistic Health, which is a place where we knew we needed to create more than just the two of us and Doc. So the very, very beginning, it was really just Dr. Wallach and Cheryl. To be honest with you, those are the two people that started the whole crusade, if you will, of going out on the road and sharing this message with people. And it grew and grew and grew over the years. I had the ability to meet him early on back then, and also travel with him and learn so much from him. And we learned so much that we wanted to create a program that taught his philosophies to other coaches and certify them. And Dr. Wallach always said that he wanted to create an army of people and pay them a ridiculous amount of money to spread this message to other people. So that's what, Cheryl and I and Becca and everybody at Daily with Doc has done. They've really dedicated their lives to sharing Dr. Wallach's message and teaching this to other people and the next generation of people, so that we can continue to help people really get healthy for reals, if you will. Because again, what we see too much out there is just masking symptoms, taking prescription drugs and covering things up instead of finding out what's actually happening inside the body. So back on this podcast, from what I understand, we're going to really just focus on the weight loss part of things, and which, these 8 steps I'm going to go over. So it's the 8 steps to elevate your body, the 8 steps to losing weight. but really these 8 steps can be applied to anything.
Yes, they can. But before you go on, you know, Cheryl was Dr. Wallach's first assistant on the road.
Yeah.
And it was just really awesome. We shared a moment over this weekend as I was his last before he retired.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
I
it
never
was
thought
really
about it
cool.
that way, but that is the truth. Amazing.
Yeah. And he is still alive. He's still kicking, folks. He has retired. He's enjoying getting to know and spend time with his family. But still, we miss him. That's for sure.
Yeah, he's doing well. It's so great to carry on the torch here and keep spreading his message. So super, super passionate about this. And I just want to get to these 8 steps because this is a message that well, let me back up a little bit more because I'm going to get ahead of myself again here. So we created the Institute of Wholistic Health. We've certified, we have thousands of people in the program here where we're training them on Dr. Wallach's information. If you want more information, how you can get involved in this crusade and learn all of Dr. Wallach's teachings, get a hold of Becca or somebody in the Daily with Doc community, and they can show you how to get into that. But the next piece of the puzzle, if you will, and Cheryl and I have been adding pieces after pieces after pieces over the last 30 years, was a piece we've been working extremely hard on for years now, and it's finally going to happen on Monday. And that's why I'm so excited to be on this podcast today, because to me, this is the biggest part of the things we've been putting in place with Elevate Your Life, and that's a community for the public. So now we're going to create a community that anyone can come into. It's completely free. It's called Elevate Your Health, and it's going to be a community of thousands and thousands of people who have one goal in life, which is to elevate their health. There, you know, as Becca mentioned in the beginning of this podcast, if there's anything you could change about your health, what would it be? So that's the opening question we ask the people, and everyone's got a different answer to that. And whatever your thing that you want to change about your health is, maybe it's to get off a prescription drug, maybe it's to lower your blood pressure, you know, not using drugs, but holistically. Maybe it's to lose some weight. Maybe it's to gain more energy. Whatever it is, and there could be thousands of different answers to this question. We will personalize a program for you and help you achieve that goal. And there's no institution in the world better at doing that than us. I can honestly say that. We are the #1 institute in the world that finds a holistic approach to helping you achieve the result that you want. We are results focused here at the Institute of Wholistic Health. And Becca, I'm just so excited about this Elevate Your Health community. It's going to be the biggest thing we've ever launched in our lives. And with this Elevate Your Health community, you're going to get a couple things. First of all, you're going to get a free ebook called Elevate Your Health. You're going to get a free course. So Cheryl and I have recorded an entire course that goes through how to elevate your health, how to become healthy, how to take back control of your health, so that we're not relying on big pharma or doctors or people who are, you know, recommending pharmaceutical drugs to kind of mask symptoms that you have, and how to really just feel good again. You know, so many people, they just don't feel good. They have low energy. They're just not, you know, living a quality life. And we want to help everybody fix that. And years and years ago, we created this thing called the health evaluation, which if you haven't taken one yet, you got to get back with certified holistic health coach, get with Becca or with people at Daily with Doc, and take a health evaluation. You have to find out what your baseline health score is. That is step #1. So as soon as you get into the community, and the community is really based on education. We want to educate people. We want to have them know the truth. And the problem out there right now in society is that people are on social media and they see a 90-second clip here, a 90-second clip here, and all this information is coming at them. And everyone's got a different opinion. Oh, do this, don't do that, don't do that. Like, it's crazy out there, and nobody's put together one solid program for someone to follow. And what I'm going to go over today, real quick, is just the outline of what the program is. So you can get an idea of it. If this sounds like something you want to get involved in, you can join this community again for free. Your certified holistic health coach that's assigned to you will meet with you after you fill out the health evaluation. They'll make up a personalized health plan just for you. It's customized, and we don't charge anything for that. This is all free of charge. So there's no place on the planet you can get this kind of information, but we're just so passionate about helping other people. That's what our purpose is in life. That's what we believe God has put us here to do, is to help other people get healthy. And, we're just super, super passionate about that. So let me get started here on the 8 steps to elevate your body, how to lose weight, the 8 steps to losing weight. So number 1 is the foundation of health. We always start with the 90 essential nutrients, as Dr. Wallach teaches us. And you hear a lot out there right now about GLPs. So people are injecting these things into their body. It's called GLPs. What it does is it just masks your signal to your brain that you're hungry. So it makes you, basically your brain think you're full all the time, so you don't want to eat. Okay, and again, this is like an artificial way of like a piece of masking tape you're putting over let's just pretend you're driving a car and your oil light goes down. We're taking some masking tape and covering up that signal that's saying I'm hungry. Well, why are you hungry? That is the question we should be asking. Not how do we cover up that signal, that warning light, but what is causing us to be hungry? And it starts with a lack of the 90 essential nutrients. Your body is doing a scan all day long. Do I have enough vitamin A? Do I have enough vitamin B? Do I have enough vitamin C? Do I have enough vitamin D? And it's going through all 90 essential nutrients. Your body cannot make these 90 essential nutrients, so it needs to get it from someplace. If it doesn't have one of these 90 essential nutrients in the right ratios, in the right amount, it will tell your brain, go eat something. Now, your brain doesn't know what anything has. You could go to McDonald's and buy whatever they got, a Big Mac, whatever they sell there at McDonald's. And your brain eats, you eat that thinking, okay, it's food. And you find out that there's no nutrients in there. So you didn't get the calcium you needed. You didn't get the magnesium you needed. You didn't get whatever nutrient you needed. And, an hour and a half later, you're hungry again. Now you just ate like 1,200 calories and you're thinking, well, how can I be hungry again? I just ate all these calories. Well, because you didn't eat any nutrients. You're nutrient deficient. So number 1, you got to get on the foundation. And again, get back with your certified holistic health coach. They will get you on a foundational packet that will get you these essential nutrients. If you don't have the foundation laid, just turn this podcast off now, because there's no way you're going to lose weight or feel full or be healthy without the foundation there. Now, the next thing your personalized health coach is going to do is layer on top of that. So we got a foundation, 90 essential nutrients. And again, I just want to touch on the 90 essential nutrients contain 16 vitamins, 16 minerals, 12 amino acids, and 2 fatty acids. Okay, so those are what you need. Those are the things that make up the 90 essential nutrients. And I said that for a specific reason that I'll get to in a moment. So step number 2 of the 8 steps is to layer on top of that. So your personalized health coach will look at your health evaluation and say, okay, let's see what's going on inside of you. Do you have some hard tissue problems that, you have like joint problems or bone problems or this or that, or skin problems or organ problems? They'll be able to pinpoint what's going on inside of your body. More times than not, people who are overweight have blood sugar problems. Okay, so we actually promote an all-natural GLP pack at the Institute of Wholistic Health that isn't an injection. You're not injecting anything in your body. We're not trying to mask the signal that you're hungry. But what we want to do is make you feel full. So there's things, all natural things in this pack that make you feel full. Okay, that help with the fiber and help you get that full feeling. And fiber is really the key to feeling full. So number 1, to feel full, we're going to give you your body the 90 essential nutrients. Number 2, to feel full, we're going to give your body some extra fiber. And with the fiber and a couple other things that are in that pack, it's going to help control your blood sugar levels. So another reason why people are so hungry is because their blood sugar levels are out of control. They're going up and down, up and down. When your blood sugar level goes down, an immediate signal goes to your brain that says, go eat something. My blood sugar level's dropping. We get that hangry kind of feeling, inside of us, I got to go eat something. That feeling is caused from low blood sugar levels. And that's caused mainly because your body is not good at managing blood sugar levels, or you're overeating carbohydrates or sugar in your diet, which we have to eliminate. But there's 2 minerals, chromium and vanadium, that work to help your body process these carbohydrates better. If you're missing these 2 minerals, your body cannot process these carbohydrates effectively, causing this up and down all day, and again, causing you to be hungry. So again, it's not that you need this GLP injection to make you feel full. You just need to stop the craziness with your blood sugar levels. And we can do that super easily with 2 minerals that don't cost basically anything. So we're getting to the root cause of why you're hungry. And, people say, well, I'm doing fantastic on these shots. Well, first of all, you're masking things. Second of all, you're not fixing the root cause of why you're hungry in the first place. So that's what we're doing here. And we want people to understand not only are these blood sugar ups and downs causing you to be hungry, they're also causing you to release this hormone called insulin. And I will tell you that weight loss is a hormone game. Okay, I'm going to repeat that. Weight loss is a hormone game. And what I mean by that is if insulin's high, if cortisol's high, and growth hormone levels in your body are low, you have no shot of losing weight. Zero. So insulin is a storage hormone. Not only does it start storing things as fat into your fat cells, it actually blocks your body's ability to release fat from your fat cells. So you can't use stored body fat for energy. So you've got to control these insulin levels in your body. You've got to control your blood sugar levels is what's going to do that. And again, your certified holistic health coach can find the right products for you. Now, everybody's different. So it's so important to get someone who knows what they're talking about instead of going on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube or wherever you're going to get information from. And from Joe Smith, who doesn't know anything about anything. You want to find someone who's certified, who knows what they're talking about and can come up with a solid plan specifically for you, because there's no plan that is like, oh, just do this and you'll lose weight, because this does not exist. Now, number 3 is eating properly. Well, we're putting food into our bodies. So what do we want to focus on? Well, let me tell you, and I'm just being straight up honest here with you. Cheryl and I have gone through like every single diet plan in the world. I mean, we were like, okay, do this first, do this. Nope, that didn't work. And we would put literally hundreds, if not thousands of people on different diet programs. So maybe, what is it back? We got looking back 3-5 years ago, we were keto. I mean, if you looked up keto on Google, you would see a picture of Cheryl and me. We were Mr. and Mrs. Keto. This is what we did. We had a keto kickstart program. We promoted it to the whole world. And did it work? Yes, but there was a lot of problems with it. So what happened was, now let me explain what keto is. So the breakdown of keto is 5% carbohydrates. So it's very low carb, 20% protein, and 75% fat. People say, well, 75% fat, that sounds kind of high. Well, why was that? Because we wanted to keep people full, which is, again, the same thing that these GLP products do. Okay, if you eat a lot of fat, fat makes you full. Fat does not make you fat.
All right. I think we quickly lost Paul. He will be right back. And as he was saying, he and Cheryl and myself used to be keto. That was actually January of 2019. So 7 years ago, we were doing great on ketogenic diet. But he has found that there are a few adjustments to help us do even better. AJ, I see your hand. As we're waiting for Paul to come back, which I do see he is back now. Did you want to ask a question?
I will ask it to Paul when he gets back on screen.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Somehow my internet connection got disabled or something.
All right.
You're talking too much truth, Paul.
Where did I leave off, or what was your question, AJ?
So you said that you were keto, and you were talking about fat, and fat does not make you fat.
Yeah, fat makes you full. So that's why we included the fat in there, is because we, like the GLP shots, the goal is to make you feel full, to cut off the food noise. Well, when you eat a lot of fat, it does the same exact thing. So that's why we promoted keto with such a high fat diet, is because once you had fat in your body, you didn't feel hungry at all. But what we were doing is creating a lot of skinny fat people. And what that means is that, yes, Becca.
Well, I just wanted to say that was January of 2019, so 7 years ago.
Okay. So that's when we released the Keto Kickstart plan. And we were super big into this. And it again, it worked. People lost a lot of weight. But what we found, and we measure everything, so we measure how much weight you're losing, but what's coming from fat and what's coming from muscle. And we've seen too much muscle loss. And that's the real problem with these GLP drugs right now, is the massive amount of muscle people are losing on them. So yeah, they're losing 30, 40, 50 pounds, but it's all coming from muscle. So we're creating these skinny fat people. So they look skinnier, but all they have is high body fat. When you measure their body fat percentage, 30, 40, 50% of their body is now fat, body fat, because they're losing muscle and they're not losing fat. Again, if you eat carbohydrates, high carbohydrate diet and producing insulin, you cannot lose body fat. Your body this is just physics or biology, where your body cannot release fat from your fat cells if insulin is present. So we have to keep insulin levels down. And again, I mentioned that weight loss is a hormone game. So we have to keep insulin down. We have to keep cortisol levels down and keep growth hormone levels high. How do we do that? Well, we increase the protein. So now this carnivore diet has come around, and really it's protein focused. Okay, so now instead of 5% carbs, 20% protein, 75% fat, we've gone to still the 5% carbohydrates. So it's still keeping your carbs under 20 grams a day, but we went to 55% protein. So it's a massive jump from 20% protein to 55% protein. And we lowered the fat intake from 75% down to 40%. Now, we don't want to lower it too much because fat is what makes you feel full. And we don't want to take these injections. We want to feel full and not overeat. So the problem is when people start eating low-fat diets, that's when they get super hungry. And there's all this food noise because your body is always saying, feed me more, because there's no fat to make you feel full. So whenever you think fat, think of full. So if you're hungry, have some like pepperoni, have some things or cheese or something that contains, I'll eat some peanut butter, something that contains high fat, steak, eggs. And yes, eat the yolk. Eggs are king. It's the best protein you can possibly have. Steak is the best food in the world, steak and eggs. If you just ate steak and eggs, you would be shredded. I mean, you would lose all the weight you want to lose. So it's super, super important to keep that fat in there. So I'm going to stop right there for a second. Becca, is there any questions? So I talked about 1, 2, and 3 now. So we talked about the 90, we talked about the add-on products, and we talked about the eat for health, eat for weight loss, keeping the carbs at 5%, protein at 55%, and the fat at 40%.
I don't see any questions yet. I did put in, or actually you've got comments out on different platforms. One of them says, sounds exciting, a free new health community for our clients to join. Thank you. And that's coming from Bootsy Girl 3671. You were absolutely speaking truth about the 90 essential nutrients and how when your body is deficient, you're not going to lose weight. So when I first started going on the 90 essential nutrients, without even trying, without even knowing weight loss was going to be a side effect, I lost 20 pounds in 3 months.
Yeah.
And that was just the beginning. So I was super excited about that because I didn't realize that just by taking the 90 helped to control my blood sugar, like you were saying, we've got to do.
Yep, it controls your blood sugar. It gives your body nutrients so it can do what it's supposed to do, and it makes you feel full because your body has the nutrients it needs. So your brain's not going and telling you to go eat more food to get more nutrients in because you have the nutrients in your body. So that'll cut your hunger in half just by doing step 1.
Yeah. And for me, when you talked about doing a fast and eat, not doing or not eating for 16 hours, I would panic because I would get very dizzy and nauseous.
Yeah.
But once I got the nutrients in my body, it was a piece of cake.
Yeah, absolutely.
It wasn't hard at all.
100%. So again, these shots make you feel full. But if you took the nutrients, if you added the add-on products, you can add the natural GLP product, which is, again, all natural, not some kind of drug you're injecting into your body. And then increase the protein to 55%. So what we're doing now, and just to get really clear on the 55%, basically what we're recommending is doing 1 gram of protein per day based on your goal weight. So not necessarily what you weigh now. So I was like 225, 230. and I eat like 190 to 200 grams of protein a day. So my goal weight, not the weight I was at, I didn't eat 225 protein a day grams. I had 190, 200 grams of protein a day. And so I'm eating my goal weight in protein grams per day. So that is the starting number. So if you're going to, if you're creating again, it's great to have a certified holistic health coach help you with all this, because it's going to sound confusing. And you're like, how the hell do you do that? So get a certified holistic health coach. They'll help you figure out all these numbers and make up the right, diet program, or meal program, I should say, meal plan for you that's going to contain that many protein grams per day. Then from there, we want to keep our carbs low, like I said before, but make sure all of your meals contain fat. If there's no fat in your meal, you will be hungry. So we want to control hunger by taking the 9 essential nutrients. We want to put the add-on products on that you need, the sweeties, the GLP product, and some other products that your certified holistic health coach will recommend to make you feel full. Then we're going to have the protein and the fat in your diet to make you feel full. Okay, so now we got a lot of things making you feel full. We're going to do a fourth thing now to make you feel full, and that's drink water. If you're hungry, you probably are dehydrated. So we recommend a minimum of drinking half your body weight in water per day. Water is so important. 80% of your body is made up of water. And if you're not drinking water, drink 100 ounces of water a day and tell me that you're still hungry. Won't happen. I mean, if you're taking the 90, doing the add-on products, eating 200 grams of protein a day like I did, or whatever your goal weight is in protein grams per day, and you're drinking 100 ounces of water a day, call me if you're hungry after that. Because you won't be. I promise you, and you don't need to take these injections. Just do those 4 things I just mentioned, and there's no chance of you being hungry. So, and water does so much. I could sit here for another hour. We could just do a podcast on what water does for you. I mean, there's so many things that water does, and so important to do that. And what I'm really diving into research now is proper hydration. And that's one of the things here at the Institute of Wholistic Health. We have a lot of different hydration drinks, if you will, that you can add to water. First of all, I don't like drinking plain water. Personally, I like a little flavor in my water. But more important than the flavor is the electrolytes that you're getting. So if you're not, feeling like you got a lot of energy throughout the day, you're just kind of feeling like a little brain fog, it's probably because you're missing some sodium, some potassium, some magnesium, other electrolytes in your diet. And I remember back in the day, literally seeing things, in mainstream media telling you that if you ate over 1,200 milligrams of sodium a day, you would die. You'll get a heart attack. You get all these health problems. Got to watch your sodium intake. Sodium will make you get high blood pressure. It's the worst thing you can get. Make sure that you're on a low sodium diet. Well, 2 weeks ago, guess what the new research shows? Guess how many, and maybe we can put a little poll out there. How many milligrams of sodium do you have to have per day to stay healthy? 5,000. 5,000 milligrams to stay healthy. They said before 1,200 would kill you. Now they're saying you need 5,000 minimum just to have energy. So we have so many different drinks available here at the Institute of Wholistic Health that can help you increase your sodium intake, increase these electrolytes. We have a great product, Electrofuel, that'll set your whole world on fire. I mean, that thing is amazing. A couple of those a day, and you feel fantastic. We have a great product called Rebound. We have many, many products that are electrolyte based that will give you these nutrients you're missing. I just got back. As you can tell, I got a great tan, but working on my tan and golf game in Cabo. I drank Rebound the whole time I was there. It was 90 some degrees on the course, sun beating down, playing golf, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Felt amazing. Shot best rounds of my life. And it was all because I hydrated correctly. I didn't just drink water. I had the right electrolytes in my body the whole time. And that made all the difference in the world. Doesn't matter how hot it is out or that the fact that I'm in the middle of a desert playing golf. It was the fact that I had the right electrolytes in my body to keep my body properly hydrated and nutrified. So hydration is so important, but every single of these 8 things is a key piece. If you take one of the pieces out, the whole thing doesn't work. So it's not just, do this or, try this piece, try that piece. You got to have all 8 in place or this will not work. And that's why weight loss has been such kind of like a tough thing for people to do, because they may be doing 1, 2, 3, or maybe even 4 of these things. But they're not doing all 8. If you're not doing all 8, then you're just not going to be successful. So let's move on here to number 5. Okay, so we've covered the 90 so far. We've covered the add-on products. We've covered eating properly, which is basically the protein intake, which is really, really key. Number 4 is hydration. Number 5 is strength and conditioning. And this is something that's near and dear to my heart. I actually became a certified strength and conditioning specialist, certified by the National Strength and Conditioning Association. I'm just super, super into strength and conditioning. Been my whole life. And I'm proud to announce that I'm starting something called the 8220 Club. And I want the whole world to join this, okay? So it's the 8220 Club. And what it is it's a group of people, well, thousands of people joining this, that are all together. And this is community is so, so important. You know, Cheryl and I have been doing so much one-on-one training our whole lives, and it's been great. Like, accountability is so great. But what's even better, like 10 times better, is when you have a community of people all doing something together. And Becca, I know you were part of the first graduating class of the Institute of Wholistic Health. And we had, about 500-600 people go through that initial graduating class.
Yes.
We all did it together. And I mean, I think we had about like a 99% graduation rate, because we all did it together. We all learned together. We all asked questions and talked things through and got clear on things. And there was so much camaraderie in that. And that whole core group is still together to this day. After what? We went 18, 19 graduating classes later.
19 coming up in June.
Yeah. So that's the power of community. You got to be part of a community. You look at churches, you look at different organizations out there. Community is king. That's the one thing that will never go away is a community of people working together. So again, we're so excited about releasing this Elevate Your Health community, just because you're going to have thousands of people thinking the same way you do. And what we see people, struggling with in the real world is like going to work, and telling people at work, oh, I'm on this, new weight loss program here. And they're like, oh, that's stupid. Let's just keep eating these donuts. And everyone's buying some donuts. They're buying this, they're buying that. And they're all trying to bring you down, let loose a little bit, No, you want to be around a group of people who have the same goals that you have. That's the only way you're going to be successful in life, is to be around like-minded people who want to elevate, people who want to get better, people who are supporting each other. Mm-hmm. And that's what we have here in the Institute of Wholistic Health, and what we're going to have here in Elevate Your Health, where everyone's working together. Everyone's cheering each other on. Way to go. It's not people bringing you down. It's people lifting you up. It's people elevating you. And when that happens, success just becomes inevitable, because everybody is working together. They're super excited. They're cheering each other on, each other's accomplishments. And when you have all that working together, there's just such a high success rate. And that's why I'm super excited about this walking club. First of all, let me tell you why it's a walking club. So me being a Marine, let's more is better. Let's go all out. That's what I did my whole life. I went all out in my exercise program, and I got no place. I couldn't lose weight. I'm like, I am doing the Peloton. I'm sprinting. I'm running, 10 miles a day. All these things I was doing, and all I was doing to my body was breaking it down and producing more and more cortisol. And the cortisol in my body was making it impossible for me to lose weight. So I kept on breaking down muscle, and I wasn't making any headway at all at losing weight. And they're like, here are the less is more. I'm like, I don't believe in that at all. That's the stupidest comment ever. Less is more. But it's true. I learned the hard way. And I'm willing to admit that walking is the best thing you can do. Skip the massive aerobic programs, or the whatever thing you think you're doing that's high intensity, that hit, all that stuff. No good. I'm telling you, you're releasing cortisol. And cortisol breaks down things inside your body, breaks down your immune system, makes it impossible to lose weight. So walking is the best. So I just walk now. And 8220, we're like, well, that's a crazy number. Why would you pick 8220? Well, if you do the math, if you average 8,220 steps a day over 365 days, it's exactly 3 million steps in a year. Now think about that. To walk 3 million steps in a year, if I showed you a group of people and told you, and asked you, okay, which one of these people do you think walks 3 million steps a year? You'd be able to pick them out in 1 second. because they look the healthiest, they look the most fit. They, I could, again, sit here for a whole hour and explain the benefits of walking to you. There's just so much documented. It's not just body, it's also mind. When I do my 30, 40-minute walk in the morning, it just puts my whole day on the right track. I mean, the psychology is basically like taking a Prozac pill. But it's all natural. You don't have to take these pills because you're releasing so many endorphins. You're doing so many great things for your body by just walking. And, what we're going to do is not just do it for a year together. Let's talk about 10 years from now. We're all going to live 10 more years, probably, right? Odds and statistics are we're going to be here. 10 years is going to go by. How fast has the last 10 years gone by? 2 seconds. So in 10 years, we're going to walk 30 million steps together in this club. 30 million steps. That sounds like a humongous number. But what kind of condition will you be in 10 years, over the next 10 years? Because you got to start reprogramming your brain. And I'm jumping to step number 8, but we're going to get to the mind part of this whole thing in a minute here, because that's why I became a Tony Robbins trainer. We have to get out of the mindset that we're going to be on, there's a program out there that I did. It was called 75 Hard. It was great. Push my body hard for 75 days, ultra discipline. You know what? 75 days, most people I know that did the program, that did do it, they dropped out afterwards. They didn't keep going. Matter of fact, I know a whole bunch of people now that are heavier now than they were when they did 75 hard. Because, it's not about doing something for 75 days or 90 days. That's why I love that we call this 90 for life. It's not 90 for 90 days. It's 90 for life. You got to do this the rest of your life. You have to condition your mind that this is going to be a new lifestyle. And that's what this club, this community is about, is changing your lifestyle, changing actually who you are. So I am the type of person who walks 8,220 steps per day. So that's an actual affirmation. I say to myself every single morning, I'm the type of person who walks 8,220 steps every single day. That's just who I am. And I say that over and over and over again. So we rewire our brains to change our core identity. Now, you could be the type of, it's not me, Paul. I'm the type of person who gets up, scrolls through social media for 30, 40, 50 minutes, drinks a couple cups of coffee, and then heads out to work with about 4 seconds to spare. That's who I am. So you built an identity, but you decided that that's who you're going to be. You could change that identity at any moment. And we're going to have a whole section in here. And Cheryl and I are so passionate about this new section in Elevate Your Health community that is about mind training. Cheryl and I are both freaks over Get Your Mind Right. And we have audio programs that we personally developed and things that we're going to go through as a community to help you rewire your brain. And you might call it brainwashing. Okay, fine, call it brainwashing. But someone brainwashed you into having the thoughts and beliefs that you have now, which are not producing the results you want. If you're not producing the results you want, like someone gets on the scale, they weigh 300 pounds. They're all upset. Don't be upset. It's just a number. Now, if you don't like that number, let's go back and look at the steps you took, the thoughts, the beliefs, and the actions that you took, because there's only 3 things you can control in life: what you're thinking, how you're feeling, and what you're doing. That's it. That's the only 3 things in life you can control. So we're going to change your thoughts. We're going to change your beliefs. We're going to change the actions you're doing and the emotions you're feeling so that we're producing the results you actually want. What are the results you want? And we are results focused again here at the Institute of Wholistic Health. I'm going to give you the secret away. As soon as you meet with your holistic health coach, the first thing they're going to ask you is, what's the result you want? The second thing they're going to ask you is why. Why do you want that? And we're going to spend a lot of time with you on the why. That why better be rock solid. You better tell us why you want this so bad, or we won't even work with you. But we're going to help you develop that why and really dig down to find that why inside of you. And then, and only then, will we tell you the how. How are we going to do this? So it's what, why, how. That's our system here. That's how we've created so many success stories here at the Institute of Wholistic Health, is by following this simple system of, it's called RPM. So it's results, purpose, why do you want this, and the map. How are you going to get this? And again, we will make up a personalized map just for you on exactly how you can go about doing this. And not only will they make up the map for you, they'll stick with you for the rest of your life. So we check back with you every 30 days. How are things going? Let's retake the health evaluation. How are you going? How are you moving towards your goals? Are you making progress? Are you stuck? What's going on? Are you following the plan? Are you not following the plan? Whatever is going on, our certified holistic health coaches are trained on how to make slight adjustments here and there so that you're always making progress. This is not about perfection. This is about making progress, a little bit of progress every single day. Elevate 1% per day. That's all you really can do today, is just make a little bit of improvement. And our certified holistic health coaches are, again, trained exactly on how to help you do this. So I can't encourage you enough to work with a coach. First of all, get in the community, because you're going to be around thousands of people that are like-minded with you. That's step one. But step two is to really become best friends with your holistic health coach so that they can help personally guide you along your journey towards elevating your health. So not only is the STEP program going to be in there, the 8220 Club, which I hope you join with me and do it with me, because I love this thing, but also weight training. I recommend weight training 3 to 5 days a week. You can do circuit training at a gym, at your house. I do something called the X3 program, which I'll be talking about in the program. It's a band workout that I do at home. So I was the type of guy that went to the gym 6-7 days a week, worked out, tried to get in great shape, never really did it. I can honestly tell you now at 53, I'm in better shape than I was at 23. All because I'm not killing my body. I'm not overdoing it. You know, you can overtrain. And if you overtrain, every time you train with weights, you're basically digging a hole, I should say. You're not building muscle up. So I do a lot less now, but I'm gaining way more results. I have more muscle mass on me now than ever before because of the fact that I'm weight training properly. And we're going to teach you how to do that inside the program. So again, weight training is so important, especially if you're concerned about longevity. You know, we work with a lot of aging adults, you know, in their 60s, 70s, 80s, even 90s. And it's so sad to see people, especially in their like 70s, 80s, and 90s, where they didn't weight train. They didn't do the strength training. And now it's hard for them to carry the groceries. It's hard for them to walk through the supermarket. It's hard for them to walk a flight of stairs. It's hard to get into the shower because it's taking one leg over and getting into the tub, or just being able to do things you want to do in life requires muscle strength. And now the research is showing that muscle strength is actually one of the key determinators in longevity. So to say I'm passionate about weight training is a massive understatement. I mean, I am Mr. Weight Trainer, and I'm into walking. So that's why, you know, the strength and conditioning part of this thing, step 5, is what I'm really coaching on and training people on, and you'll work hands-on with me and your certified holistic health coach in this area, because there's nothing more I love helping people than with the strength and conditioning section. Let's move on to step number 6, is running out of time here, which is sleep. Again, if you miss any one of these 8 steps, you will not be successful in losing weight. If your sleep is suffering, you have no shot at losing weight. You got to do at least 7 hours a night, which is 50 hours a week, which is 30% of your life has got to be dedicated to high quality sleep. And when I say I treat sleep seriously, I literally have an 18-point checklist before I go to bed on how the conditions have to be in my body and in my environment before I go to bed. So the key is not only getting the quantity right of 7 hours, at least 7 hours, but also getting the quality right. So I wear this thing called an Oura Ring. You can wear an Oura Ring, you can wear an Apple Watch. There's a whole bunch of trackers out there, but I highly recommend tracking your sleep and shooting for 1.5 hours of REM per night. Now, REM sleep, REM, is what recovers your brain. So we want if you're always mentally fatigued and, you know, it gets 3-4 o'clock and you're like, oh, my mind is just shot. There can be a lot of reasons for that, but one primary reason, the first thing I'm going to ask you is, how's your sleep? How's your REM? So we want to measure your REM per night, and we want to measure the deep sleep. The deep sleep is where your body recovers. So physical recovery of your body, you need at least 1 hour of deep sleep a night. And it sounds, well, that's in 7 hours. It's got to be super easy to get 1.5 hours of REM and an hour of deep. Not so much. I bet you, I don't have statistics on this, but I don't think 90% of people get that. So this is, you know, if there's one thing that people are massively deprived in, it's quality of sleep or quantity of sleep, you know, probably both. And that's just causes massive problems. You can't lose weight. Your energy levels are obviously going to be suffering. And when energy levels suffering, so when you look at 30% of your life, if you don't get this 30% of your life right, sleep, the other 70% of your life, you can kiss goodbye, because that just all suffers. The other 70% of your life will be horrible because you're not sleeping right. And the other 70% makes up like career, like work. We're going to spend a lot of time working. Maybe, I don't know what you do, but most people put in 40, 50 hours a week of work, which is, again, like 30% of their life's at work. And then like 40% of most people's lives is personal time, doing things with family and for themselves and personal time. So I like to break life down into 3 big buckets: the bucket of sleep, 30%, the bucket of work, 30%, and the bucket of personal time, which is everything else, 40%. So, but again, if you don't get this 30% right, the sleep part, the other 70% is going to suffer massively. So you got to treat this 30% of your life seriously. And again, working with a certified holistic health coach, they will teach you the tips and tricks on how to maximize this 30% of your life so the other 70% of your life can be awesome. Okay, so it's got to be the right conditions and the right things in your body and the right protocol. And in the community, Elevate Your Health, I will outline my personal sleep routine and what I do to prepare to get into this REM and deep sleep every single night, so that you can follow, the program that I follow or parts of it, or, it's a lot of experiment with your own life and body and situation so that you can maximize this 30% of your life and get high quality sleep. Number 7 is mobility or staying flexible. So if you're going to walk 8,220 steps a day, if you're going to weight train 3 to 5 days a week, you got to maintain flexibility. If you don't pay attention to this flexibility part, your muscles will get tight. It'll be painful to do the walking or lifting the weights. And you might even get to a point where you got to take some time off because your body just feels tight. You can't move right. And again, as we see an aging, population of people in their 60s, 70s, 80s, this is a huge, huge, huge problem, is flexibility. So we go into the right type of stretching, the right type of, and it's not even stretching, it is stretching, but there's also this kind of new thing, at least it's newer for me in the past 2-3 years, which is mobility training. It's something a little bit different than just stretching. It's these mobility exercises you can do to really, help your body stay flexible and just mobile. There's a great series, and there's some good things and some bad things in it, but mostly good things, in the series in Netflix called Blue Zones. So it's a great series to watch on Netflix called Blue Zones. And it shows the different populations around the world that live to be over 100 years old. What do they have in common? And one of the things that really struck out to me is that a lot of the things that they do in these blue zones is gardening. Now, why is gardening such a great exercise to do? Well, because if you think about it, you're moving around in a way where you're kind of like crouched down a little bit. You're picking a little bit of this. You're doing a little shoveling over here. So that's, if you think of the way you garden outside, if you have a garden out there, or you could just imagine somebody gardening, that is what I'm speaking about when it comes to mobility. That you can do something like that, like get down on the ground and plant things and dig up things and do things like that, pick things. So that's kind of a picture I want to paint in your mind of what mobility is, because so many people may be like, what does he mean by mobility? I remember this one woman in the show, she would sit on the ground. So she never actually sat in a chair in her life. She was like 95 years old. But because she sat on the floor all the time, she had to get up. One of the biggest problems as we get older is the ability to get up off the ground. What if you fall? If you can't get up, then you're stuck on the ground. But staying mobile, staying strong, and so what if you fall? If you got strong bones and you have the ability to stay mobile and strong, you just get back up. I could fall right now and get right back up. Who cares? But as we get older, we lose that mobility, we lose the strength. And the little things like that, we start, we take for granted right now, but I promise you, as you get older, they're going to matter. Now, before we jump into these different mobility things that we do, exercises, if you will, the key to mobile muscles, the key to flexibility is magnesium. Now there's 10 different types of magnesium. And again, your certified holistic health coach will point you to the right magnesium for you so that your muscles stay loose. Now, in order for me to do this, to make a fist, I need calcium in my body. I need enough calcium every single day to be able to contract my muscles to stay strong. If you were to grab my arm right now in this contracted position, you could not move it. That's how strong I am. Now, yes, I lift weights and I'm strong that way, but the main reason I'm so strong is because of the amount of calcium in my body. I'm able to flex my muscles extremely hard. Now, you also have to have the ability to relax those muscles, relax things in your body. If you don't have magnesium, you can't relax. So if you have a tough time relaxing, a tough time with constipation, tight muscles, it starts with magnesium, potassium. There's other minerals that go into keeping your body relaxed. So if you're missing those minerals, I don't care what flexibility program you're taking or mobility program, you've got to have the right nutrients in your body. Let me go back to exercise for a second, which was step number 5, strength and conditioning. Dr. Wallach teaches us exercise without supplementation is suicide. Is exercise good for you? It's the best thing in the world for you. However, it produces more free radicals in your body than smoking does. It's actually worse than smoking when it comes to causing free radical damage in your body, which can actually lead to cancer. So you're like, oh, I'm not doing that stuff because I definitely don't want to get cancer. But the key is to supplement, to take the antioxidants so that we're killing off the free radicals and keeping our bodies healthy and in a positive state. So there's more antioxidants in our body than free radicals. So again, going back to mobility, we need those minerals in our body to stay relaxed so we can relax and do these stretches and mobility exercises the right way without anything hindering us back. The other thing that affects mobility is hydration. If you're dehydrated, there's no chance of you staying flexible. So we got to do water, like I mentioned before. So you see how all these things are tied together? That's why I say if you're missing one of these 8 pieces, you got no shot. You got to do all 8. And number 8 might be the most important piece of it all. Now, I always ask people, they're like, oh, Paul, I'm so far away from my goals. Like I have all these, I want weight loss goals, these health goals. My health score is like a 27. Like, how am I ever going to get it to 90? It just seems impossible. And I always tell people you're 6 inches away from achieving all the goals in your life, including all of your health goals. And they're like, 6 inches away. What do you mean by that? And I say, it's the 6 inches right here. The 6 inches between your 2 ears. You got to get your mind right. When your mind's right, you can fix everything else. But if you don't get your mind right, you have no shot at doing it. You won't even do these other 7 things. So actually, this should be number 1. But we make it number 8 because it's the foundation to everything here. And it's something that Cheryl and I are passionate about. I always said that, yes, I got my master's degree in nutrition, but I was going to get my PhD in psychology. I never actually got my PhD in psychology. I am taking a PhD program right now, but it's not in psychology. I did go through the Tony Robbins program and became a certified Tony Robbins coach because that was the best program I could find that worked on people's psychology. And we have tons of things in this community, Elevate Your Health community, about mindset. And we're going to help you work on this mindset so that we can actually change your biology from the inside out so that you become this healthy person and you can lose weight and have the right mindset behind it.
Oh, Paul, can you believe the hour is up and we do have a hard stop?
Why can't we get another hour, Becca?
Well, we'll have to do another hour. It just won't be today.
I'm just getting warmed up here.
I know you're just getting warmed up, and I'm going to cool you off with something I did not get the approval to do, but I created a before and after picture for you. And I just wanted to share this with everybody just to show the man just doesn't talk it. He has lived it, he has experienced it, and he has made it happen. So, folks, if you're looking for a podcast, elevateyourlife.com. You're going to get the elevateyourlifepodcast.com.
Elevate Your Life Podcast. Yep.
Yes. So Elevate Your Life Podcast. The other one is something else. You're going to be able to hear Paul and Cheryl both as they are giving amazing information that helps you as an individual, helps with that mindset and leadership. So, Paul, AG's got his hand up. I gotta go. AJ, what's your question? No?
Paul, I
Okay.
was gonna say, Paul, you're so motivational, so much energy, so much passion that you need to be like a human alarm clock for everybody in the world. But I guess they can just tune into the podcast and get that from you directly.
Well, I'm going to be in this community every single day, AJ, doing this kind of live, kind of work with people thing. So just get in the community, because that's where I'm going to live from now on, is in the Elevate Your Health community, and it's free. And I'll be there. We'll all be there working together and helping people elevate their health.
So do you have a place that we need to go yet in order to get into this community?
Well, so the only way you can get in is through a certified holistic health coach. So get back to your certified holistic health coach, or contact Becca or her team here at Daily with Doc. They will give you a specific link to get in, because the only way you can get in this community is if you're working with a certified holistic health coach to get in. You got to have the community, but you also got to have the one-on-one help as well. You got to have them go together, or you will not be successful.
I agree. Well, thank you so much, Paul, as you are one of my mentors. You are one of the individuals that was very instrumental in me being able to lose 100 pounds when I started on the 90 essential nutrients, getting into the coaching course, being director of student services for the Institute of Wholistic Health, and also the host of this program. I am just so thankful for the empowerment that you gave me, so that I can empower others to be their best selves as well. I am super, super thankful for you, Paul, and all my team that you see here, as this is not all, but some of the Daily with Doc Zoom team, which is only 1% of those on our team altogether. So folks, if you want to be part of a team, something bigger than yourself, something with purpose, and helping not only yourself, but the world create a better health journey, get back with the person that shared this program with you. If there's no one to thank, feel free to give our team a call at 855-949-3377. And tomorrow we have Pharmacist Ben, right? On Pharmacist Friday. So please join us again tomorrow, again Pacific time, 12 to 1, 1 to 2 Mountain, 2 to 3 Central, 3 to 4 Eastern. And Paul, we're going to have you come back, because I know you are not done sharing. So super excited to get you back on the schedule. Folks, have a fantastic day. Until next time, bye for now.
Hi, everyone.
This program is for educational purposes only. The content is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases, nor is it intended to take the place of your primary care physician. The statements in this program have not been evaluated by the FDA. Testimonials are shared as individual experiences of the individual. Results vary and may not be typical. We do not make any claims regarding health or income. As an empowered individual, you do have options available. We are honored to continue to share the teachings of a founding father of the science of epigenetics, Dr. Joel Wallach, Bachelor of Science in Plant and Soil Sciences, Doctor of Veterinary Medicine, 4 postdoctorates in pathology, naturopathic doctor. This program is for educational purposes only. The content is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases, nor is it intended to take the place of your primary care physician. The statements in this program have not been evaluated by the FDA. Testimonials are shared as individual experiences of the individual. Results vary and may not be typical. We do not make any claims regarding health or income. As an empowered individual, you do have options available. We are honored to continue to share the teachings of a founding father of the science of epigenetics, Dr. Joel Wallach, Bachelor of Science in Plant and Soil Sciences, Doctor of Veterinary Medicine, 4 postdoctorates in Pathology, Naturopathic Doctor.